have a wonderful day. Mac here. This is first time jumping in. This is day 3 of our 20-day adventure. My family and I, we live in the UK, but we're back visiting the US, and we're going to do a nice tour across the US, across the American South, starting in Washington, D.C., heading down to South Carolina, heading over to Arkansas, Tennessee, Texas. We're going to have a great time. This is day 3 of that adventure, and today I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm actually right beside the US Capitol at the U.S. Botanical Gardens. There's a nice little market here, and I want to go check this market out. I'm not going to head into the Capitol today. It is a blazing day. It is 94 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 34 degrees Celsius. It is burning up out here, so the kids and the family, they're all in the car, but I'm going to get out and check out this market. Here's some nice succulents for sale, some cactus succulents. It's unusual for this location to have this kind of a market, but I really want to get out here and check this out today because, I'm into horticulture, I'm into gardening, and I thought this would be a great experience to see what they have here, what type of shops would come out for an event like this. It's nice. Some of the floral paintings, artwork. The doors on that art back in the back, that's a nice touch. Okay, sunflowers, it's kind of tea flags, nice stickers. These are nice. Some pins, dish towels. Oh, I like those a lot. There's fungi among us. All right, some more towels, floral prints. And so it appears to be just some artists brought out some of the wares here to the U.S. Botanical Garden. It's a nice setup. It is a hot day. Really blazing, but it's a beautiful sunny day. Oh, these dried flowers are really nice. Look at that. Nice little dried flower bouquets. Don't see those all the time. Some nice tasty treats. So let's see if there's a little bit more inside, or if we're just going to head into the Botanical Garden today. Do a quick look around. I don't get a chance to come here very often. So yeah, they're having a summer solstice market. Well, let's go in and check out some plants. This is one of my favorite botanical gardens. It's smaller than some of the others I've gone to, but it is old, it is well maintained, especially the inside gardens here with the tropical greenhouses. Now the outside gardens can get a little wild. I see them sometimes not quite as well tended, but interior here, these gardens are really nice. Now if you look at this, what appears to be artwork, but these are actually cells. I took this course in grad school at Louisiana Tech. The course was called histochemistry, and you would stain cells, and you could have different color stains, and you could produce these what appear to be beautiful mosaics, but these are actually real life cells and other, biological parts, plant walls and things of that sort. I thought it was really cool. However, I didn't stick with it because most of the dyes that you use to create these beautiful images are carcinogens. So if you work with them over extended times, over extended periods, you run the risk of not ever having any children. And I was not pleased with that idea, so I left histochemistry alone. But I really enjoyed producing some great mosaics like that out of biological tissues. This is a nice plaque. It says, "Healthy houseplants. Researchers have linked houseplants with reductions in anxiety and stress. You can keep healthy plants in your home by controlling the pests that can harm them, and managing soil, water, nutrients, and light they need to grow." I have a lot of houseplants, and I have noticed a significant reduction in my stress since I've increased the amount of plants in my home. So here is the Botanical Garden shop. It's nice, but it is, it's tightly packed in here. But I do like the Grower's Guide to Houseplant. That is a really nice guide that they have hanging on the wall there. I'll see if they have that. Then the Flower Garden. I like the larger prints because they almost appear to be canvas. That's really entertaining. I wasn't able to make it to the summer solstice this year, so while I was in the US, I wanted to see what I could find that was summer solstice related. And this was the closest thing that I could find. They had a couple of the events, but not very many. And I said, okay, well, let me drop by the Botanical Garden. So they have a nice little shop set up outside. The shop inside is better air conditioned. It is so hot outside, though, that unfortunately I didn't spend much time outdoors. I might go back out there, but man, that heat just kind of ran me inside here. So do a quick walkthrough of the Botanical Gardens so you can see a little bit of it. The tropical houses here, the conservatory. It is a beautiful garden. If you're ever in the US, right beside the US Capitol is the US Botanical Garden. It's a nice visit, especially in the winter too. As I mentioned, it's a very compact garden. This is the children's garden. It's a nice little area set up here for the kids. They can even get a little bit of hands-on in here. It's just a great little garden to come into. Kids enjoy this one. Just to clarify, it's not that the kids would not normally be in here with me, but they're all in the vehicle. They're out cold. I mentioned last night in the last video that the kids are struggling with the transitioning from, time zones, and it's kind of taking a toll on them. So they're awake at early hours in the morning, then midday, they're crashing. We're trying to help them transition, but I'm also not pushing them too hard. I mentioned that I kind of felt like I pushed them a little too hard yesterday. So today I wanted to give the family a little bit more time. We're a little later in the afternoon. We didn't leave as early. Just want to kind of space things out a little bit to give them a bit more time to rest and relax. And so they're resting right now. They're asleep. They're all in the vehicle with Blair. She's asleep with them as well. And I'm the only one that's awake, but I wanted to run in here because I'm the one that's really into florals. If you don't know, I actually have a YouTube channel that is Dr. Max Garden Style, where I do nothing but plants and flowers over there. And I went to Chelsea Flower Show this year, and I enjoy ornamentals, gardening, just all things horticulture. It kind of backs up with my background. I have a degree in biology, master's in environmental science, a PhD in biology as well. So that explains kind of, my genesis of me enjoying plants so much and wildlife. I really enjoyed that. Actually, I enjoyed it enough to go to school for. If you really want to come here and it's, during the height of tourist season like right now, I would really suggest come early in the morning. It'll be cool, the weather be agreeable, and it won't be as crowded. Now, here's a plant that I don't see enough of in the UK, and I'm not talking about this hydrangea. It's a really nice hydrangea. I'm talking about these daylilies, hermicallis. I love daylilies. Now, in the UK, I see a lot of agapanthus. I don't see a lot of daylilies, and daylilies come in a wide variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. You can get some really small dwarf ones, and you can get some really large ones. They look great planted in groups. The blooms only hold for about a day. That's why they're typically called daylilies. That's the common name, but look at how pretty that plant is. Statuesque, tall, those scapes kind of stand those blooms up high. Insects love them, but I just don't see many in the United Kingdom. They're there, I have found some, but they're not as prominent as I would think. And as I mentioned, that is the U.S. Capitol building. That is not the White House. A lot of people think that building, the Capitol building, is the White House. The White House is an entirely different building, but a lot of times on television, they'll say the White House and then they'll show you the Capitol. So it's not a lot of people's fault to have their wrong impression. There's a national barbecue competition going on out here on the mall today. The National Mall always has something going on. I'm not going to go to that. I thought about it, but it's very expensive. And honestly, there are some better places. I think I can get some barbecue here in the city that I won't have to pay a lot of extra money just to get in. But today I did want to bounce around the DMV a little bit, mostly around the DC area. I wanted to go into that market, and it's a little underwhelming. I was hoping for a little bit more. A lot of those things are things that I've already seen or easily can acquire. But there's some other markets here today, so let's go check out some of them. We're still plenty of daylight left, so let's get moving. It is toasty out here. Let me get back in the vehicle with the family. Some of them may have woken up by now. DC has a lot of really great historical markets. Right down the street from the Capitol is the Capitol Hill region, and they have the Eastern Market. And me and a couple of boys are going to go walk through the Eastern Market again. It's a place where food, vegetables, artisans, crafts, art, all those things are sold. So see if we can find something cool for the boys today. I think they'll appreciate it. The ones that came with me, at least, they may get a special treat. The other ones who stayed in the car, well, they stayed in the car. You stay in the car, you get nothing.
Você sorriu, chorei. Eu nunca pude imaginar que isso fosse acontecer. E numa bola de cristal vi o futuro transformar. E o que era bom ficou legal. Passarinho da montanha, quando chega, voou.
Every time we say goodbye, I wanna cry, cry, cry on you.
Oh, these are cool little crochet things. Oh yeah, Plants vs. Plants vs. Zombies? Some nice vintage vinyl, Curtis Mayfield, Bob Dylan. Fell in love with Curtis Mayfield when I was in college, and I remember one time my dad was riding with me and I had some Mayfield playing. He's like, "What do you know about this music?" Mayfield was something that he listened to, but some young guys at college that introduced me to it, not my dad, but I love Curtis Mayfield. The Eastern Market was likely the oldest market in the Washington, D.C. area. It was originally designed, well, it was in the design plans for Pierre Lafont, who originally designed Washington, D.C. But in 1873, I think it was completed and it was open. So 2007 had a major fire here, and then it rebuilt. I remember when the fire happened. I was around back then, but it's been rebuilt and it's back to its old glory. I love delving into local culture, and the Eastern Market is absolutely local culture. It has a long historical history here in the DC area, but it's something that's kind of known by the locals. You know, you don't get a lot of tourists there. You get a lot of locals there because it's off the beaten path for most tourists. I won't lie, it's cool to go to the bookshop with my friends and then have them actually pick out a couple books. I didn't even tell them to pick out books, you know, on their own to pick out books. So, you know, I had to buy them. They're a little pricey, but still, I think that was a great experience. That's kind of a dad-son bonding moment in a bookstore. I like that a lot. So we're going to end up most of the day just kind of right here near the Capitol. We're right south of Union Station, which is a large train station here, really historical. Blakely saw the building and she said, "Well, what's that?" And I said, "Let's go in and take a look." Me and Blair used to spend a lot of time here. My favorite movie theater used to be in Union Station. There also used to be a restaurant in there called B. Smith's. And the proprietor, B. Smith, she's since passed away and that restaurant shut down. But back in the day, they used to have a mean brunch with a live jazz band they would play on Sunday afternoons. Spent a lot of Sunday afternoons in there. But anyways, the Capitol's right here in a straight line up to Union Station. We're not going to go back to the Capitol. We mentioned we're not going to go back there today. But we will walk up here and take a look at Union Station so the kids can see it. It's about introducing them back to some of the things that, I don't know if they've ever been in here. I know Blair and I went in here, but I think we haven't been in there since the kids were born. Like, we're familiar with it, but of course they are not. So let them get a little exposure to some of DC's finest. Yeah, they've recently repainted the ceiling in here. Just a nice, big, massive building, nice open space. It's well air conditioned in here too, considering that it's still over 90 degrees. So I guess it'd be about 32 degrees Celsius, 33 degrees Celsius outside. So I'm not going to do this in every video, but I'm going to give you guys a rant of the day. I just stepped into Starbucks to order a white chocolate mocha frappuccino, and the young man behind the counter told me they have no such drink. And I said, hold on now, white chocolate mocha frappuccino, I've ordered this drink at least 1,000 times. He's like, nah, we don't sell that at all. So it was a situation of either argue with the staff, which is never worth it, or just say, okay, give me a caramel frappuccino. And I took a caramel frappuccino. But that's my rant of the day. Come on, Starbucks. You got to keep it consistent. White chocolate mocha frappuccino. But it's nice. It's a good drink. And everyone should know about that on the staff.
So we used to come to Union Station for dates and stuff. Like, they used to have a movie theater here. It was the most disgusting movie theater I've ever been in. It smelled of old popcorn and just old popcorn. Ugh. Yeah, that was back on our dates of late night movies and I can't tell you a single movie I watched here because I fall asleep at the movies. Not ideal. We also did a lot of other fun stuff here too. So then, like date nights with movie would usually end up with what was the place we used to eat at?
B. Smith's
Well,
and pizza place.
it was B. Smith's and Uno's. We used to go to Uno's all the time. I used to get Spinocoli. I can't remember what he got, but he got some kind of deep dish pizza. Yeah, those were fun. B. Smith's was great too. That was a restaurant that was here that had brunch, had a great Sunday brunch. So, a lot of fun memories here at Union Station. It's different to walk around and see it, and the kids are asking all these questions about like can you see the trains and can you do this and can you do that? And it's a lot of fun to answer their questions and figure it out for them.
It's a nice DC historical day, but it's about time to go pick up some dinner. We're heading over to the late afternoon, evening actually. I think it's about 6 p.m. It doesn't look like it because, you know, middle of summer, the days are super long, but it's starting to get late. I know the kids are going to want dinner here pretty soon. But I think we're going to go to a place called Sloppy Mama's. Blair's been wanting to get to that barbecue shack. I don't know if it's a shack, if it's a shop, but she's been wanting to go to Sloppy Mama's. I like the name. I think we're going to try to find this. Hopefully we can get in there today. So we've seen a lot of recommendations online for Sloppy Mamas, and I like the name. It sounds like they know how to make some good barbecue, but we're gonna go check it out. It's one of the 2 barbecue places that we really wanted to try here in the DMV. Actually though, I'm not really hungry. We're gonna get it to go. The kids are hungry, so Blair and I will eat it later. Looks really good, but let's go in and see what they have going on in here. So build your own platter, appetizers, family meals, brisket, pork, turkey. Oh, pulled chicken, jackfruit, sausage, ribs, half rack, full rack. Potato salad, mac and cheese, and slaw, baked beans, collard greens. Okay, this place is legit. So Blair and I lamented trying to figure out what to order. I mean, they have all of the meats up there. They have all of the sides, but you can only get so much, right? And we don't want to overbuy. But I like the menu. The menu is thorough, and the amount of people that are in here, families eating, healthy looking families in here eating, if you know what I mean. You go where the healthy people are. If they're healthy people, then that's where you eat. But yeah, we lamented hard over deciding what to get, but we ultimately decided to go with a sandwich kit. And we got that pulled chicken. No, we got that pulled pork. And then we got a separate brisket sandwich. Blair wanted some collard greens, and then we got mac and cheese and baked beans. And this is going to cover us tonight and tomorrow, I'm sure, because that kit, we asked how much meat does it come with, and they told us it comes with 1.5 pounds. That's 1.5 pounds of pulled pork. There's no way we're going to eat all that tonight. And I'm not even hungry right now, so we're just getting this, going to feed the kids, and this will be dinner tonight, probably a bit of lunch tomorrow. Yeah, this is really exciting. We have one more barbecue place we want to try here in the DMV, but we'll wait till like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, because this is going to be a lot of good eating over the next day or two. You know, there are a couple of decent barbecue places in the UK, but there are a lot of really great, phenomenal barbecue places here in the US. So, you know, we couldn't miss this opportunity to eat our way across America. We're going across the American South too. So we're going to be here. We head down to South Carolina. You know, there's going to be some good barbecue down in South Carolina. We're going to cut through Mississippi, Georgia, catch up some good barbecue there. End up in Arkansas, head over to Texas, get some nice Texas barbecue. There are a lot of nice brisket there. Blair is getting some Diablo. I'm surprised she's going with that one. That was really hot. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. Of course, I have to get a gym membership here. I was talking about that this morning, that I have to get a gym membership to make sure I don't add too much weight, because I don't want to overeat and add a lot of weight. I've done a lot of work to lose weight, and I don't want to gain it all back over the next month. So we have one more mission while we're here in the DMV, we had to do a bit of shopping for the kids, pick up some of the things that we can't really readily get in the UK. Just a couple brands that we like to pick up over here. And Blakely needs a new jacket, so that's definitely one of the things that's on the top of the list to get done while we're here. And just got to get some shoes for the kids and the boys. I know we can get shoes in the UK, but some of these Crocs, they only have these in the US. So we're doing some stuff like that as well, just kind of expanding into doing all of it. Oh, she's already found one that she likes. Okay, that's pretty good. Zip it up. So yes, you can get Crocs in the UK, but typically they're very basic, plain colors. When you start to get to the, here the red, white, and blue, or the cherry, or, well, how about these? The Smurfs. You got to come back to the US to get these, more outrageous things is here in the US. So that's why we come back to search for Crocs, because we like the ones that are more, I guess you call them dynamic. Down. Finally out of the 90s again, so it's below 30 degrees Celsius finally. But it was a warm day, but it was a good day, another good day. I would say day 3 in the books was a really good day. If you like this content, stick with us. We're going to continue to do this for about 17 more days. We're going to drop a video every single day. We're going to continue to have a great time. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're praying for. And we would love to have you along with us. We'd love to have you continue to watch these videos and enjoy our experience and comment. And, if you have some recommendations, drop those down in the comments. So this is the longest trip that we've ever taken as a family, the longest time off that we've ever taken as a family, and the longest road trip, I think, as a family as well. This is going to be well over 3,000 miles total mileage, getting from place to place. I'm excited about it, and it takes a lot of energy to keep this going. This is a challenge. That's why it's a challenge. That's why so many people don't do this. But I feel as though professionally it'd be a great challenge for me to try to pull this off. But hey, I appreciate everything that you're doing as far as watching these videos. And if you stuck in this long with me, just drop down in the comments, say keep going, Mac, and we'll keep going. And I will see you tomorrow.